Okay. Welcome to the Mediocre Moms podcast. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Kate.
And we are your mediocre moms. We are here to be your girlfriends, to give you girl time, and enjoy this ride that is us. Just a quick reminder, this is not for little ears, mamas, so pop in those earbuds, hit pause, wait for nap time, and then you can resume.
Yeah, our vibe is like chatting with your mom friends. We're not like parenting advice or family entertainment. Yeah.
Heck no.
Yeah, so you have big news, Lisa. You just quit your job.
I did. I quit so I have two jobs. If you're new here, I quit my first job to get a different, main job. I currently work at a daycare center. I have been there 9.5 years. I know. And I quit my job because it was about 25-30 minutes west in a different state than what my girls were going to be in. And this new job will allow me to get them on and off the bus. So that means no before care and no after care for two kids. And it'll allow me to have the same holidays off as them. So there's not going to be as much as a kerfuffle of what am I going to do with them when you're a working mom, which is like a big stress on working moms, is those random days off. So it's not as much. I think the professional development days are not going to line up. So I'll still have a little bit of like shuffling, which I personally don't mind because the days where I have to go to work and they have to go and they don't have school, they get grandma time. And I always think grandma time is so special. So they get grandma time.
Yeah.
And then the days where they have school and if I have professional development, which I don't know with my role, I'm gonna have to be at every professional development. I just have a break.
Yeah, because you're gonna be working for school now. You're gonna be
and it's
so that's why you have this. That's why you have the same schedule as the kids, which it is such a nice thing about being a mother and a teacher or working in education. Is that, like, you get the same holidays your kids get, and
and
it's a job kind of built it for moms.
Yes, and I'll have the summers off with them, which will be a nice reset.
That's amazing.
And my job will be 15 minutes from my house. We'll see. It's not that far. And like the school I'm going to work at is going to feed into the same high school as where my girls are going to go. So like they kind of follow the same schedule anyway. And it's just, and I like the separation. I like that I'm not going to be still there. I like the separation of church and state. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause your girls went to the daycare you worked in.
They did.
And
and mommy was always there. Mommy's always had a pulse of what was going on and not just with them, but in their room as a whole. I always knew what was going on. And my youngest, Hannah, my husband and I have had multiple conversations that she's going to have a hard time because mommy is not there. Mommy doesn't get to visit, do her day and just say hello. So I think this is really good for her. Though I asked her yesterday if she's going to miss me when she goes to kindergarten and she told me no. So
I still think that she's a daycare kid and she's going to have a leg up.
Yes.
Yeah. Because like I've been a lot of first day of schools because like, in Italy we had, all different kinds of schools. And then we moved to Switzerland and like, I've seen the kids that I've just like been spending, 24/7 with mommy and with no hate or like on the moms doing that. Cause I think that's so hard for mothers. I think that's not, I think that's probably worse for the mothers than anything else. But for them, it's so hard that first time that they're spending hours on a regular basis away from mom. So even though you were like there, she's still doing daycare. She knows the drill. It's not going to be totally no.
Yeah. Yes. So we will find out in a couple of months. I did give my boss about just over a 4-week notice. I figured I've been there 9.5 years.
Like, overly generous.
Yeah, she deserved that. So I did that.
Did she? I don't know. I mean, do you think if she had fired you, she'd give you 4 months, 4 weeks? You said, would she give you that much severance?
So the irony is, sorry, so sorry. So the day I found out, in this part of the story, I did not know yet, but I had a coworker who told me she got a new job and was giving my boss like not quite a week and a half notice that she was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then like fast forward 2 hours, I get hired. And I'm like, I'm not going to give my notice until I at least talk to my husband. So I went home, I talked to him, and I was like, maybe I should wait for Monday to tell her. And because I was like, I feel guilty. And my husband goes, do it on a Friday. He goes, that's why they fire people on Fridays. So they have the weekend to digest. He goes, do it on Friday. So I was like, okay. And I was very grateful that she took it very well. So, you know, she was happy for me. She gave me a hug. And I think she was glad that she had the notice that she did. So I gave her plenty of notice.
And so you'll start your new job with the new school year. Is it 2024, 2025 school year? It's in August or September?
August 26th. Day. I do have one like new staff orientation I have to go to between now and then. And I might do a professional development because they mentioned that to me in my interview, but I wasn't sure if they had the hard date for the new staff orientation, if that's what she was referring to. So, I mean, I'm in touch with them, so they'll tell me whether or not I'm supposed to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, we can cut this if you're not comfortable with me talking about this, but my understanding is your salary at the job you just left in, can I say the state? Everyone knows we're in New Jersey, but like in Pennsylvania was below the minimum wage in New Jersey where you actually live.
Yes.
I don't know if you mind me saying that.
That's fine. No.
So I think you owe that woman very little. I mean, like, it's. I know the work you did. Not to say the work you did wasn't important.
Yes.
And like, I think maybe for the kids, it's nice to like have more of a, you know, for whatever you those kids. But it's just don't feel like it wasn't.
Well, I think my husband, my brother, my friends, all be like, you owe nothing.
You do not.
It's totally me. It's me being racked with guilt, and it's also me knowing that I'm leaving my coworkers in a lurch too. And the best way to support them is to try to give my boss the biggest heads up that I could, so she has time to like gather her squirrels, so to say, and try to figure out what she's doing. And this way,
and I know they're your friends, and you have like nights out. Hopefully, you're still able to enjoy that when you're working with them.
I don't know, and that was a big thing about like, do I leave? Because there goes a chunk of my.
This job sounds so much better. You'll either stay friends with them or you won't.
Yeah,
you know it, and if not, if no one wants to make the effort, then the friendship wasn't. Not to speak back because I don't know those girls, but you'll make new friends. You're really fun to be around. You'll be fine.
The irony of ironies is in my last, we'll say year, maybe 18 months, I got really close with two, I don't want to say random coworkers, but like two coworkers I wasn't overly like close with before. Like I was always friendly, but like close. And so I'm pretty confident I'll still have them to like text and, you know, one of them's getting ready to move to Florida, which sucks, but I know I can still text her, and she's into woo-woo shit. Like I'm into woo-woo shit. She's my only friend that's really like into the woo-woo. So like, I know I can text her like about that stuff. And if I ever want to go to, where's she moving? West Palm. I have I got someplace to hang in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the other ones that are not far from me, like maybe at most 30 minutes. I don't know exactly. So I still hopefully will have them because the three of us were talking, and we, like we were all talking about how we are planning to leave. Like the one girl's moving to Florida. The only reason she's still there is because she's actually having surgery this week, and she didn't know that. So that delayed her move because she has to wait for like her post-op visit for them to release her.
Okay.
And the other one, I don't know what to say, but the other one, she was making plans to leave. And we had a little text group that I named the Countdown Crew because we're all just counting down.
Yeah. So, okay, hopefully, but you know, hopefully it is an
Yeah.
unfortunate thing. Like when you're seeing people every day and friendship is easy and
Yeah.
then suddenly it's not easy.
Yeah.
I've been so happy since I moved. Like I've made friends.
Yes.
I've been in Switzerland 1 year now. I was in Italy 13 years, and I have closer friends here than I do in Italy. I did when I
I don't
left,
know how you did it in Italy for so long. I hate to use this phrase, but extremely isolated
Yeah.
you were.
Yeah. I honestly, I would, yeah, if I was giving advice to someone like moving abroad and getting married to someone like, it's so easy to get isolated. And actually something that I kind of suspected, and I don't know how to say it in like a politically correct way, but it's not like offensive. So I think I can just,
Yeah.
it is clumsy, but like, it's not, I don't have the perfect words for this, but like Italy attracts a certain like eat, pray, love kind of expat who's like there to like have their little experience and move on.
Yeah.
And Switzerland doesn't have so much of that. We have more people who are here for professional reasons or because they're married and are a little more rooted down.
Yeah.
And I suspect I kind of was hoping for that.
Yeah.
And I think I did find that was the case. So like, you know, the expats I meet here all have really have set their roots. Like they have like either like a really established career or more often than not like a married a Swiss person. And they're just like, this is where I live. This is it. Not like I'm on a journey, which is a lot more of the expats in Italy. And you know, I spoke and speak Italian really well.
Yes, you
but do. And I would say I'm between like a B2 and a C1 level of people who know what that means. Like it's a little above fluent, not quite native. But still, even at that level, I didn't really feel like my personality came through when I was speaking Italian. So it was harder to make friendships. So then like, with the Italian people, I have that language barrier in the way, even though I did speak fairly good Italian, that language barrier was there. And then with the expat, there was like a different kind of cultural barrier that like, that was there. And then something that could just be also true for you or anybody is that like, the more I worked on my business, the more like my kids took up my life. I think this is really just true for anyone in their like 30s or 40s. It's just like, how much do I want to go out? How much do I feel like doing this thing that like maybe, you know, a 1 in 20 chance there'll be one person there that I meet and I like and I make a friendship with.
Yeah.
And you know, so it was sort of like I knew like if I'm going to stay in Rome, I need to be making an effort to make friends. But that to me felt like work. It felt like something I didn't want to do. I didn't want to get a sitter, you know, whether that was my ex-husband or my in-laws or something, and not work on my business, but instead go to like a bar. Because there were a lot of expat events and stuff. So like those options were there. They were pre-organized things that I could go and maybe meet somebody. And I just didn't want to really. So it was this constant like, oh, I guess I should do that because I know isolation's bad for me, but I would rather work on my business if I have some time away from my kids.
Yeah. Now, do you find...
Sorry, that was a monologue.
That's okay. That I had somebody who was Chinese and I met her at one of my other seminars because I had a lot of international families who came and brought their children. Do you find that like for Italy, like in a different language, tone doesn't translate? Because she told me that like she told me something with her son sounds like a foreigner because he uses like I guess the American tone when he speaks Chinese. That's what she said to me.
I think so. I don't know much about the Chinese language, but I do know that like same word said in a different tone can have a different meaning, more so than English.
Yeah.
I mean, having an accent, like, I'll always have an accent in any language, including English. So like, I don't think that's a stopper, but like, humor and personality and sarcasm are all really advanced, difficult things when it's not your native language.
Yeah.
So that I would say, more than, or even like, just like how much of humor has like a pop culture reference underneath it.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's just, if you didn't grow up in the country, it's going to go over your head. That stuff was there, even though like, I knew grammar probably better than a lot of Italians.
Because you were studying it probably intensely as an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that was my language. The ceiling I really hit with the language was, I would say like, so there's a podcast, but like there's like this ramp I'm drawing with my hands of like how you learn of what you're learning, like of a language. Like you're learning all these words, you're learning all this grammar, you're going up. And then there's this other ramp of like what you can actually speak in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And like the farther you go, that gap gets bigger and bigger because like you're learning all these, like in Italian, like if I say, I think it's raining today, like raining gets conjugated totally differently than if I say it's raining today. Like it's a whole different verb conjugation for that. And like, I studied that, but actually Italians don't really use that day to day. So like I studied to like here, and then like I was here, but I couldn't, or I was having a very difficult time. Personally, I couldn't get to the point where I was really using that more advanced grammar because the Italians I spoke to every day didn't use it either.
Yeah.
So like I did kind of have a wall there,
but we help reinforce it.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
oh gosh. So
but I'm happy with, especially now that I'm learning my third language, German. I'm like, feel pretty good about my Italian. Yeah. But yeah, and I mean, I'm really happy here. Like, really like the people I've met.
Good. That's so important. That's so.
Yeah. And I think you will also be fine. You'll either keep in touch with the friends you have, or if not, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. I still have Noelle, my friend, right in the same town as me. It's been hard to.
Oh, I'm glad you keep in touch with her. It makes it a little easier for me to keep in touch with her, like, by proxy. Yeah. Like, I know I'm not even going to see her every year, but at least I think like once every couple of years, like I'll like tag along with you to a holiday party or something.
Yeah.
Because she's so fun.
Oh, she's just, she knows how to have a good time. She's just, like you said, she's so fun.
I mean, like when you wanted to do the podcast, like I said, like you should ask Noelle because like all of you listeners, like I'm sorry you got me because like it's a shame Noelle didn't want to do it, but like she's just like a genuinely funny person.
Oh, she is like
I'd love to listen to that podcast. You and Noelle, I would love that.
Yeah. Also, next time I see her, I'll just sneak my phone in and just record it. And we just
record it.
But I don't remember. But no, Noelle and I hate to say it, I do it to my future sister-in-law. My sister, not as much. And I'm really starting to pick up with you. Is just like my language and the way I communicate is just Instagram reels. I'll just send, and my brother Paul. So both
my love language is.
It's just really, Paul and I can just send them to each other like multiple times a day. Like Paul, I get it from him a lot from TikTok, sometimes Instagram, and sometimes Facebook. I'm mostly Instagram, but like it's how I communicate, and it's also, and I don't know if people realize it's also me just saying, "Hey, I miss you."
Yeah, like I saw this and I thought of you.
Yeah,
I send them sometimes to you.
Yeah.
And I get a lot from my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They will send me like anything that has to do with the German language.
Oh.
And sometimes it's like, okay, I get it. Oh yeah, funny word. but like cute cat things because my aunt and I are both crazy cat people.
I send you a lot of cat stuff. I think I sent you the guy who built a cat village or cat town for his cat out of cardboard boxes.
Maybe. Oh yeah. I remember
that was really cool. Mm-hmm. And Noelle is just mostly inappropriate stuff that I find. And
can we make that? Can I get in on that one?
Sure. Paul gets that a lot too. Paul and I are really sending, my brother Paul, we send each other a lot of inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, I like it. It was so good. I don't know. Like, I feel like when you send someone something, there is no obligation to like comment on it, right? Do you think, is there an obligation to comment when someone sends you like a reel?
I think there's an obligation to at least acknowledge it. So like, I'll try to at least send back an emoji, like usually a laughing emoji or like, oh my God, that's so true. You know, like I try to at least acknowledge it to say, yes, I saw it, you know?
Okay.
It's like that's
Yeah,
what I try to
I do that.
acknowledge it.
Yeah, I should do that. I'll do like a like or something or an emoji. Like when I wake up and there's like 6 of them from an aunt or an uncle, I'm just like thumbs up. I don't know,
like I'm just waking up.
Yeah. Well, the time difference, and lots of times because like with my aunt, she does not go to bed at a healthy hour, and I want her to. So like if I see something in my morning, which is like, so let's say late morning, let's say 9 a.m., that's 3 a.m. for her. And I know she has her phone close by. And then if I send a message, she'll hear it and she'll answer and reply at 3 a.m. And I don't want her to do that. I care about her. I want her to sleep. So then I forget. And then I forget when it's later in the day. There are times that's a problem with time difference.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, should I send this to Kate? And I sit and I calculate, you know,
I have everything. When I'm asleep, my phone is in do not disturb mode or sleep mode. You can send things.
So I do.
I won't wake me up. Yeah, don't worry.
That's a bad thing about
I would rather that. Like,
yeah.
You know, actually, and if you were to actually, like, if it was an emergency and you called me in the nighttime, that bypasses all the do not disturb stuff.
Yeah.
So like, so I don't feel bad putting my phone into like the silent do not disturb and sleep modes because I know if there was an emergency, which, you know, who's even going to call me anyway, that I'm on the other side of the world. But, you know, that like that would come through. Peter, my partner, he puts his phone in airplane mode at night. And that to me, it's like cutting the cord. You're like totally disconnected. That makes me like, oh, I could never do that. But, you know, it's basically the same thing, but still, like, no, that's just too can't be cut off from the internet. Speaking of Peter, he's on like a bike ride today.
Oh,
that is so extreme. He was like scared last night and having a hard time sleeping.
Oh, that's extreme.
And yeah, I have like live GPS updates from his Garmin. Yeah, because he's got a lot of good gear because he was, you know, a single man for a long time, so he's got all the things. And like it's frozen and it hasn't been updating.
No,
for like an hour.
Peter
probably just like doesn't have, I don't know, but he's like right by like the cliffy part, and like it says he's stopped. Maybe he's just been chilling for a little while. But oh well, that's a cliffhanger. All the listeners, tune in again next month to see if my partner is still alive. Yeah, Garmin says his heart rate is still around 100.
Okay, so he's.
But I think there's just I think it hasn't updated in a while.
Does he have like?
Yeah.
I forget. I think he's Android, correct?
No, he's iPhone. He's iPhone. But this is from his Garmin anyway. Like it's from his watch.
I was gonna say, does he have the watch? Can you video?
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually his watch or if it's like his little bike computer. That's right. That's very condescending. This little bike computer for all his little toys and his little hobby.
Well, physically they probably are little, so
they are small. Yeah, it is a small thing that goes on his bike, and but it must not be updating. Oh, I don't want to message him while he's like going down the cliffside. But
true. You still alive? Question mark.
Yeah. So is he alive? Garmin has stopped updating. Oh, yeah, he's with a friend. Like he wouldn't do a ride like this by himself. He's with a friend. So as long as like the one didn't like run into the other, go over the cliff edge, this should be fine. Ooh, yeah.
So in other news, this is so exciting. So hold on to your feet.
Yeah, let's keep jumping.
I finally bought a new desk, because my old one was probably. I did not buy the one.
So this means you also decided where the desk is going to go, which was still under debate last time we talked.
Yes. My old desk was about, you guys can't see, like my arms.
Yeah, this is a podcast. Arms width.
Just more than an arm's width. Just like not straight out arms, but like bend them at a 90-degree angle, make them a little wider, and that's my desk. It's not really big.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not big.
Okay, it's like
it's like a child's desk, essentially.
Like 3 feet something. Yeah. Okay.
And I did not buy the one I sent you. Brian got me hooked into the idea of an L shape, which set me in a different tailspin.
Oh,
Yes.
I wanted the L shape really bad too,
Yes.
but it would have really like dominated this room. It would have really like been big. Yeah.
So, and what I was hooked on, which I know I told you about, was I wanted a pencil drawer. That's all I wanted. I like the idea of like in the 50s and you pull out the little drawer and I got everything in there lined up. I had a whole argument with my brother about this, if this is what I wanted. And he's yelling at me, they don't make desks like that anymore. They don't. He's like, just get over it. So I had to concede on the pencil drawer. However, I found I'm also with Prime Day going to be shopping for a bigger monitor because my laptop, I'm old. I'm doing this a lot and I'm like this. That's not healthy. That's not safe.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a bigger monitor. So I got a stand, and the monitor stand has little drawers. So like, okay,
I love it. You got your drawer.
I got my drawer.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of having your monitor like really high up.
Yes.
So you're like almost looking up. Yeah, not literally above my head, but almost like the way I have it. The bottom of my monitor is basically with my chin. It's so I'm like, it's encouraging me to sit taller rather than sit down.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
So I have that. Yeah. So I have my drawers. It's the coolest monitor stand because I could even like pull it apart and then it can become two stands or two monitors. I'm not that fancy. My brother yells at me. He's like, you got to get two screens to change your life. And I'm like, this is all new.
No, two screens is no. Two screens is like 5 years ago. Now you need the gigantic curved screen.
And want so like I don't know.
I got Peter's old monitor and it's probably wider than your desk. It's crazy. I do kind of still have two monitors, right? Because this is what I'm looking at now is my laptop.
Yeah.
And then Apple laptops are really kind of stupid with their ports. So like I have a little third party like dongle, but it's like looks like a stick. Yeah. And then like everything stays plugged into that, and then I just plug that whole little I don't know if you would call it a dongle, if you probably maybe call it dock. It's more like a stick. It's like a stick that just fits right into against the side of the computer. All my monitor and power and microphone and everything it's plugged into that. And then I have like huge. This screen's so big, like I'm not quite sitting center on it to make. And like if something is, I'm closer to the left side. If a window is on the right side, like I can't really read text over there. It's just too far over. I have to like drag the window over to the left side to make it easier to read. Yeah. But it's lovely, the big giant monitor.
Yes. And so like have
but wait. Okay, sorry, keep going. But I have questions.
Okay, cool. So like that it's the desk we decided. And my husband is right. We have a small house. So the desk has to go in the playroom. And I'm gonna take up 50% of the playroom as my office. Now, my playroom or my girls' playroom.
My playroom.
That sounds appropriate. It's one day we'll design our own house with a secret door, and my playroom will be in there.
Lisa's secret playroom.
My secret playroom, like my secret garden. So it is. I think you've been in it. It's pretty big.
I've been in a playroom, yeah, of course.
It's a good sized playroom. So
yeah, I would say it's like a living room. I don't know what it's meant to be. Is it meant to be like a second living room or
like a den living room?
Yeah.
And I feel like the 8-year-old is starting to phase out of toys. We're starting to like say she's more like she wants to be doing. She has a phone. I'm using air quotes. We have a phone. That's my old phone that only works if it's attached to Wi-Fi. So she's on there.
Yeah, my 8-year-old also has something like that.
Yeah, so like she's not that she doesn't go down and play with her sister because she does, but I feel we can get rid of some of the toys or maybe bring in older toys. So I don't feel bad.
Peter and I are having very similar conversations this week, but I'm not as forward SU.
It's just
Okay.
I can look at some stuff like we have the Encanto house, we have a Gabby Dollhouse house, we have Bluey house, we have a Disney princess like Barbie doll house. So we have a lot of houses. With each house comes multiple little sets. So what I'm thinking, the Encanto house has got to go. And I kind of want to get rid of the Gabby doll house because it has a lot.
If you are gonna full out throw away a Gabby dollhouse, give it to my mom. Because my kids want that so bad, but I don't want it, and it's too big. You know, we live in an apartment. You know, for the listeners who like, why does Kate think her house isn't good for doing? Like, yeah, Peter would just like full out veto that in the living room.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a second playroom, so it's just the living room. Like, he would be like, no.
Yeah.
And then in her bedroom, we don't. I try not to place to really put that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but they want it so bad. Little Lavinia, who's 5, she wants that so bad. And she'll go to a friend's house who has it, and she's like, "Yeah, the Gabby house."
Yeah.
Oh, so she got. We do end of school gifts, and she got. Little Gabby tangent because we love Gabby. I will do end of school gifts.
Yeah.
And I know, like, for us, it just works out really well because both of them have birthdays in September, and then Christmas is in December. And then there's 9 months without a gift occasion.
Yeah.
And I don't like giving gifts for no reason. So I kind of like, if there's something kind of in the spring that they suddenly have their eye on, I can be, if you still want it with school, and I'll give it to you as an end of school gift. So for us, it just worked out nice having like a third gift occasion, not to give them more gifts, like just like, let's be honest. I think most parents like do give a lot of gifts just for no reason because the kid wants it and they still want it like a month later. And you're like, okay, if you really want it, I push it off as far as to this third event, end of school. So Lavinia got the ears that like you pinch and they light up and they see a little noise because we've seen another kid with them and she has been wearing them since she got them every day and is just so in love with them. It's so cute.
I think I think we have the same thing or very similar, and my girls would wear it more, but like because it's like a thick plastic hairband, they have the teeth. And that's what, that's why they don't wear it as much, because they're like, Mom, this hurts. I was like, don't. And then you've got the weight of like, and I'm like, then don't wear it. Like, you don't have to. So they only usually like wear it like if they're playing for like a little bit and then it comes right off because it hurts. But like, we also have PBS stuff, and I think Hanny's done with Daniel Tiger. So it makes me sad. And like Sesame Street is, we will go to Sesame Place, but I don't know if we're going to be doing. They don't really play with the toys. Like that stuff, it can go. We have 5 million stuffies. Half quarter of that, not like 3/4 of them can go. So like, I don't feel bad with their playing room because if we stay in this house for long term, and I think
they also have a
bedroom.
Yeah.
So that they'll have, like that can be more of like a second living room.
They have toys in the living room. They have toys in their bedroom. The toy room, they can have half a toy room and you can have half an office. And that's very reasonable.
And I mean, I don't need to take, even if like I had a room that size that was empty and Brian's like, this is your office, I'd be like, how am I going to fill this up? Because I just need a desk, a chair, and like,
it's so easy. It's so easy. Like, so Peter, our apartment is 3-bedroom, like the larger bedroom Peter and I share. And then 2 basically identical bedrooms. Both the kids in one, and this one is our office. And Peter and I shared it. So like he has the one wall that is arguably a little smaller because the door is, he has a full wall, but then the door is like close to there. And then I got the slightly bigger half because like he still has his home office in his other apartment. So he owns an apartment like a 2-minute walk from here. And like he wasn't ready to like get rid of that. So if he actually works from home, which he almost never does anymore since he got promoted, would just work over there. So here, this is just like sometimes desk, and the kids he does homework with the kids because that's a nice little thing. Nice that he does it, but also like I can't help my daughter with her German homework. Like, she passed me a while ago with her German. So I started first. I was learning German before I even met Peter, just for fun, like a COVID project. but she passed me really fast. So yeah, so like I did my office like a nook for the desk and cabinets all around me, even above the desk. I could just like show people a little bit, but it's not so good for the podcast. Like, so this full wall, except for like the nook the desk is in, you know, ceiling to floor, drawers or cabinets. And yeah, just fill it right up. No problem. No problem at all. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know where your tape and your printer paper and your
They're right now. They're in a big bedroom next to my current desk, and I think Brian wants to bring them down to be with my desk.
Okay.
Have it make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I planned mine out. Like I kind of like I picked like what is going to be like in each of these areas.
Yes.
Two of the big top cabinets I have little bit like, cause that's really nice about pies to have bins, and the bins like actually what was like one of the best pins is my hooks bin, because I have so many weird miscellaneous things that could all be considered a type of hook.
Okay.
Like little extra curtain things, like the curtain came with like one extra, you know, and I want to save that one extra. It's there for like if something breaks. Okay, that's a hook. It goes in my hook box. Yeah. And like the sticky kinds, like we use a couple of them places. Like I have extra ones. They're my hook box, or like the little 3M hooks you use for like Christmas lights. They're in my hook box. I like it's so many. Like I have so many weird miscellaneous things. I don't know where to put this.
Yes.
And like I realized so many of them actually I could call a hook. They're all types, weird different types of hooks. And now I have a hook box, and that's one of my like big breakthroughs in home organization was like, because like I think also like my extra like I call like decorative clothespins.
Okay.
Is that the phrase for it? Like I might put like hang something on something else, like with one of those.
Okay.
Like the tiny ones, like they're like pretty. Like those go in my hook box because it's like kind of hooking onto. But anyway, yeah. So up high, I have two things that are just for all those little bins.
Yeah.
I have a bin for like all my pens because like I was really into calligraphy for a long time.
Yeah.
And I still use like the Frixon pens.
Oh, the Pilot.
And I have a box for like all.
Is it the Pilot?
Yeah, I love them. Big fan.
I just discovered an influencer, and that's all she freaking talks about is Pilot friction. And like, I'm not even kidding you. I just did my Walmart order before, like when I woke up this morning, I was like, I have to submit this because I was waiting to see if anybody wanted anything. Yeah. And I was just like, fuck it. Like we need food. So I did it. And I was like, I'm going through making sure, I'm like, did I forget anything? I was like, I should look at those Pilot friction pens. So
they're really nice.
I've them being shipped, and I've got, oh my God, you're going to laugh. She's also into the I think it's Pilot friction erasable highlighters. And
yeah, so I got this too. Hold on, I have them right here. I have all the Frixon things. These are weird. These
okay.
They work differently, but they're still pretty.
Okay, so like, I bought a box. I didn't buy it yet. Sorry, it's sitting in my Amazon cart because I have cash. I want to turn to for Amazon, so I got to buy a gift card. Do all that shit. It's $1.30. Do you get all the colors?
30's big. For the highlighters, I have 5. It's in my kit. A little highlighter. But I also have the pointy markers.
Yeah,
these are nice. I like these. They're not highlighters, they're markers.
Yeah.
And then the pens, I don't have them in the like original box anymore, but I did buy like the box with the red, black, blue, light blue, purple, pink, I think.
Okay.
And I refill them.
Oh,
just keep refilling them. I buy the refills. A couple, like I have had a couple like break, like like a crack in the plastic or something, but like I've been using them for years pretty heavily and refilling them, and mostly I just have those. I don't know where it is, but I got one of the multi ones where you can like one fat pen does like red, blue, black, and green, I think. But so I got into that because I'm on my third Rocketbook. Sorry, this is a weird, like, none of these people sponsor, so please do. A Rocketbook notebook.
Yes, pilot, please
So
sponsor us because I want to adopt all the pens.
Yeah, or Rocketbook.
I don't know
like
what Rocketbook
this one has a couple different kinds of paper.
Okay.
So it's a notebook. The pages are a little plasticky, but it doesn't feel like that when you write on them. Okay. But then you write on the with the Friction markers, and it has an like. So there's two things that are cool about this. It has an app, and I can take a picture of the page, and it like scans it, and it'll automatically go into like a whole bunch of different places. I have it go to Google Drive. You can have it go to Evernote or what's the Google Drive competitor? I can't think of it, but like the big like other online file thing. And or your email, a whole bunch of things you can have it like hooked up to, so it just automatically like sends there. The other thing is you wash the pages.
Oh,
yeah. So like this is my third one, but like each one has lasted me years.
Like, do you have to buy like a dry erase, or like what do you write on it?
The Friction markers. So okay, if someone like puts a regular marker on there.
Yeah.
That won't come off. So it has to be the Friction erasable markers. But then they just like a damp cloth. You like wipe off the like. I save it unless I don't want to save it. But like first I take that picture in the app, save the thing, and then I wipe it all off. So like I had one of these I was using for like my German classes, and I made a folder in Google Drive for all my notes, and like every couple months when the notebook started to get a little full, take pictures of all my pages, then wipe up the whole note, like clean the whole notebook. And then I have my notes online, and my notebook is still good to keep going. But then like once the teacher like looked over my shoulder and circled something in her pen, and like I couldn't stop her in time, and now that page has a pen on it. Yeah. And once like years and years ago, I like did the same thing. Like I forgot that like I was holding a different pen and circled something. I had that little circle on that page forever. But I mean, it's a whole notebook, so it's just like a little thing. Luckily, for my school, I was using my older one. This one is new from this year, and it has like line pages, grid pages, some like kind of more like project planning kind of things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but like I had my gosh, and that was when I started using Friction pens. It's a long time ago, like probably like 15 years ago, and I'm on my third one. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So like, and the only reason I have to give eventually the page gets a little too smooth.
Okay.
Cause like I guess whatever finish it has on it to make it feel like paper, that eventually after 2 to 4 years, I guess starts to wear out. And I'm like heavily using them. Like this is the only notebook I use for like, work, packing lists, anything I would use paper for. Except for my grocery bill, because that I keep on a scrap paper so that I can like bring it with me little. But otherwise, I'm using this notebook for everything I write down. So, yeah, that was like quite the advertisement for someone who doesn't sponsor us. But
yeah, I know. Yeah,
big fan of the Rocketbook. The books are called Rocketbooks. Yeah, the books are called Rocketbooks, and the Friction pens. Friction pens are great because my daughter also uses them.
I don't know how I'm so late to this Friction like trade. I'm just learning. I'm just buying. I'm the only thing.
Yeah,
because I always do the Walmart pickup because I spend less money that way because I'm only buying what I know I need. I was like, and I said I'm going to buy those Friction pens, and I threw it in my cart. And after like I was like going through like, okay, yes, I'm buying. And Walmart's like, we're going to ship these. I'm like, God damn it. So now I have to wait to try them, but they're usually pretty quick with their deliveries. Because when my dog was on wet food,
I really like because it's an erasable pen. It erases really good, and it's like neater than a pencil. Because like a pencil will fade, and but you get all the like erasableness. So it's like the best of both of a pen and a pencil. Big fan. Yeah,
I'm trying to get more.
I use it also for like filling. I use my Friction pens like filling out forms and stuff. And then when I mess up, no problem.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Because I'm trying to get more organized, and I just started reusing I have an erasable calendar, like a dry erase calendar, and for a while like I wasn't using it. because I got a paper one because I liked that I could flip to the next month and write stuff down. And then obviously I finished that calendar. I just never bought the new one for the year. And I was like, you know what the fuck am I doing? Just use it. When I went right after I filled it all out, it's all color coded. Everyone in the family has a color. There's a main family, like there's a family color, a Brian color, Lisa color, Abby, Hannah color. Like right after I did it, my husband walks to the kitchen and he just stopped and he stared at it. And I was like, oh, so this should be happening in 3 months. So I'm like, this is what I should be doing. So I'm trying to get more organized, especially with new job.
Yeah. But it's 1 month. So you like, on like the first of the month, you have to like redo it.
Or like the 30th or the 31st, I have to say.
Yeah.
And I watched this influencer. She does the same thing.
So you have to also have like either your phone you have to also have like your phone calendar or something, because like
my phone,
your appointments for next month.
My Google Calendar is my ride or die master family calendar. Everything is on there.
Same.
So I'm gonna have to sit there with my Google Calendar and phone in one hand.
Okay, that makes sense though.
And the other, and just put it all on. But what I didn't think to do, which I saw this influencer do, she does the same thing, is she uses it's like the command tape, the command strips, but she did the ones that are like Velcro, so she can peel it off, put it down on a table, fill it out, and then put it back on. Mine is stuck to the wall, so I have to do it like this instead of doing it laying down. I'm not laying down, but the thing is like,
it's like laying the board flat. Yeah. Actually, writing is really tricky flat because like naturally we would hold the pen like this.
Yeah.
And like pens need to be like down. They need gravity to work.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's where the ink goes. Yeah. So
like they literally can't work. Yeah.
So we are going at some point. There is a plan that we're going to have to paint our kitchen. I want my kitchen to be a happy yellow, and I got a little too happy. And as you can see, because this is the kitchen, it's really bright. I'm just going to check with my husband. Be like, do you want to just rip it off the wall? You know, we'll see if we could re-put on command strips on the actual thing.
Yeah.
And we're just
I would take it off to paint. I wouldn't try to paint around it. I would take it off to paint.
I'm kind of hoping that's what he says, because if the spot is going to need to get patched, which it will, he's doing it. But I want to lead him to make the decision on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would definitely.
Like I'm giving you more work. I'm like, so what do you think? We should paint behind it, because I feel like he's going to say yes. Oh yeah, no. But I have to, I have to lead him.
So it has to be his decision.
I'm like, all right, if you think it needs to get taken off, then let's do it. But I think his next project is going to be, what does he want to paint next? I think he wants to do the living room ceiling in our bedroom. And I'm letting the bedrooms be a little bit more extreme colors. Abby picked out, her room is a mess, but like she picked out the purple she wanted her room, and I tried to show her some really nice lavenders. It is like the color of Grimace. It is.
Oh,
yeah.
I would just pick a different one and tell her it's the same.
It's already
because she probably has. It's already on the wall. Yeah.
So my best way to,
because honestly, because even adults don't realize how different colors look on a wall versus on a patch.
My husband can
even adults don't realize
it looks like a little girl's room now. Like it does. So,
but like Grimace is pretty dark, like a grape kind of color, right? Like
I'm gonna have to take a picture and send it to you.
I hope.
So, but I'm liking the bedrooms be a little bit more extreme colors, because how many people are going to go up to our bedrooms? Oh, she's pissed.
Sorry, is the cat coming through?
Yes, she's pissed.
What do you want? What do you want? Listen, you're the one that should be in trouble. You were sitting in Peter's chair, and he does not like that. So, I don't know. She just woke up out of her chair. Did you fall out? I wasn't looking, but last time I looked at her, she was like half out of the chair, like she was about to fall. This is Stella.
Oh.
She's Italian. She looks like she just woke up. Okay.
I feel like if you get another
They just want to be
cat,
held.
you have to give it a German name now.
Well, depending on where she's from. Yeah. Or he. Yeah, I was thinking the other day how like I do know a lot of my neighbors because like just like the way it is right outside is like play area and there's always kids outside. And one of my friends like knows everybody, so I can always ask her. But like I really know all the neighborhood cats. Yeah, I know either they're like actual names or I've given them names. Like I named one Crookshanks because it looks like Hermione's Crookshanks. And then my daughter Lavinia told his friends kind of was playing with for a little while. The daughter from that family that owns Crookshanks, and that her name is Lila the unicorn.
Oh,
And we're like, oh, like that's perfectly believable to me because this girl that is also a kindergarten kid with Lavinia, like perfectly believable. Their cat is named Lila the unicorn. But then I asked the girl, and she was, I think she said, and I granted like my German's really bad, but I'm asking her in German, like, what's the name of your cat? I think she said Vince. So it's either named Vince or Lila the unicorn.
those are very different names.
One of those. A little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's so happy.
She meowed into the microphone and I heard it very clear. Oh, there she goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if anyone thinks I'm holding her against her will, like I'm not. She's the one kind of insisting on being here.
I don't know where my fur baby is. She's probably napping.
Let's refresh the Garmin page. See if Peter's alive.
Is he alive?
It looks like the same spot. Yeah. So presumably it just like just lost internet or something, but no, can't confirm. It's wait for the cliffhanger for the August episode.
Yeah.
See if he comes home tonight. That was a weird thing because he was like nervous last night, and I'm like, all I have to go by is what you think, but of course it's gonna be fine. Like reassuring him, like you're great. You do this all the time, but like it makes me nervous that you're nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're speaking of your so your office is going to be in the den. That's no longer just the toy room; it's the den, half toy room, half office.
Yep.
I think, and you so the new desk you got is a corner desk, and it's like a modern desk that just basically desktop on legs. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
no drawers.
There is a file drawer, which is one of the things I did insist on because I have a bunch of papers and files on my desk.
So useful, yeah.
So I'm like, I can take that and put it away. So, because one of the operations manager for real estate, the operations manager, if I ask her how to do something, I'll get like bullet point step-by-step instructions, which I fucking love. So like I can come out. So I have them to like reference.
Cool.
So like that goes in there, and there's a cabinet like on the bottom. Yeah. I'm putting my hand on top, but it's really on the bottom. I think it's just like open it and it's just a cabinet. There's nothing special in there. But I have like books for my to study for my New Jersey license, and right now they're sitting on my desk, so they can go in there and be safe in there.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the hanging files, and that's another little productivity tip. The first folder in my hanging file is an urgent to do.
Oh, okay.
And so like bills or anything that like needs my attention as soon as I have a couple minutes. And I go and I at least empty it out once a week. That goes there, so it's not on my desk. I hate having crap and shit all over my desk. Something that Peter and I like. You've heard me gush over him, but he like will leave something out. Like, oh, I need to remember to deal with that, and I'm like, get it off the fucking table. I really because I'm constantly, like always clearing off the surfaces, and the people put things on the surfaces.
Yeah,
trying to get to him. I hear my inner monster coming out. Like, just have a place for the things you need to deal with instead of covering everything like it's a freaking wallpaper.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but I like that. It's like our health insurance bill comes, I have to pay that. Like, I don't want it just sitting on my desk. I know I'll find time for it, and I know I'm not going to forget about it. But having that first file be for that kind of thing, been like a really nice new thing I've been doing since I got this office.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have shit on my desk
back inside.
But like the stuff I want on my desk is like decorative stuff that makes me happy. That like that's what I want.
Not a bill. Yeah, exactly.
And now, since we're on the topic of the desk, I wanted to get your opinion of this. I've seen people with these fucking desk mats. Yes, you are. Do I need one?
Desk mats.
What are they fucking for? Like I can't figure this out.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking
It's
about?
it's for decoration if you just like the look of it.
Okay.
Or if you have a mouse, it's kind of like a giant mouse pad that just kind of covers everything rather than having a mouse pad that like might get moved around or something. Okay. And in terms of writing on it, I have one. Mm-hmm. I can't really write on it. If I write on it with a pen, the pen would like go through the paper because it's too soft.
It's soft. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a mouse pad. It's like a giant mouse pad. I mean, I think they would make some that are actually like a calendar. That's kind of fun to have like a big paper calendar in front of you, or like or a scrap, or like just like a pad. Again, you can make little quick notes. So yeah, like if let me see if I have it. Should I do it on here? Well, again, visual is not the best for a blah 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 for a podcast. So okay, I have like an Apple keyboard on my desk, and under my Apple keyboard I have this piece of cut scrapbook paper, and on the back of it I have a big financial goal underneath it, and it's always there, hidden, like so. Just like my keyboard is on top of this little paper, and it just looks like it's framing the keyboard. She would really notice it even. And a couple times I have turned my keyboard upside down to like tap out any like dust or something. I don't eat here, but still it just gets like little bits of dust. And I tap it on the paper. Yeah. And like it gets like it gets a hole in it because I'm like, the pad is so soft, as if that makes any sense. So I have it, I think, I don't really need it. When I had a regular mouse, it was like a big mouse pad. Like just kind of can make my whole desk a mouse pad, basically, or like most of my desk a mouse pad. I think that's the big, or just decoration, like if it looks cute. Yeah, like I have one with like the little.
I have a mouse pad with a little wrist rest, which I like. So I don't need it. I'll just keep that.
You don't need. I don't think you need a desk pad. Yeah, I mean, so okay. Also, my old desk was an antique with like wood inlays in it, and I kind of felt like I needed to protect it.
Yeah.
So I had I had the IKEA like clear transparent one for a long time, and then at one point I got like this more, I think, what people consider a desk pad, which is like the kind that feels like a mouse pad, but it's just big.
Yeah.
And then when I came here, it just kind of came with me. But if I just had this desk, I don't think I would have bought it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
my expert opinion as a productivity expert. Yep.
I might have to. I'm mad. I might have to get a new. I have a wireless keyboard that I use because I mute with my laptop. I like to have it up, so I have that up, and then I have a wireless keyboard. So it's tiny. It is tiny, and it came with the mouse. And my fingers sometimes, like, you can't really see, but my fingers sometimes cross over each other, which is annoying. But I'm like, it is for right now. You know, I can deal with it. Like, I'm not gonna sit and bitch about it right now.
Yeah.
But the fucking mouse just died. I've had this thing a year.
Oof.
And like I use that mouse as my, because when I go to my daycare job at nap time, I pull up my laptop and I'll work on real estate. But I'm bougie and I like to have the wireless mouse to do that part.
Yeah. I love people that have a mouse.
Yeah, and the mouse fucking died, and I'm like, are you? Because there have been times where I go, like, if in between appointments on a weekend, I'll slip into a Starbucks and I'll get my obligated. I get my little tea because I feel like I need to pay to be there. So I get my little tea and I pull out my mouse and my laptop and I'm just going to town. And I'm like, part of me was like, do I need to get a whole new setup because the mouse died? Keep in mind, I have another wireless mouse that's my whole.
Okay, if your mouse is dead and your keyboard is not very ergonomic, maybe yes.
Okay.
Do you bring the keyboard around with you too when you go to like somewhere else to work?
No,
yeah.
I just.
So then that one can be more comfortable for home. you have like your laptop up and then your keyboard and your mouse. That's how when I went to a co-working space, I had a foldable laptop stand. So I'd elevate it. Did I bring a keyboard and mouse? I think I just worked like this, like up high.
Yes.
But yeah, having it up was really nice. I've had wireless like Logitech ones that like, not crazy expensive, but just normal.
Yeah.
Just maybe get a new one. If the keyboard's really small.
Yeah. As I was typing the other day and I felt my fingers cross over each other, like my pointer fingers would, because like, and I'm like, maybe this is my reason to get rid of it. But like, I was so mad. Like I replaced the battery in it. I'm like, oh, at first I was like, oh, the battery died. So I went and I got a new battery and I put it in, and like I switched it from like on to off to like, I switched it like boop, boop, boop. And the little light came, it blinked and it turned off. And I'm like, you're on. That light should be on. And I'm like, it just annoys me because it's a year old. It's not like I've had it for 10 years and I can like, and it can be like, oh, well, it's run its life. I've had it for a year. That's what pisses me off.
Well, you just never know with electronics, unfortunately.
I know. It's just annoying. It's just one more thing I have to buy.
All right, so I think we've been chit-chatting for like an hour. Should we start to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, well, thank you all for joining us today and hanging out and chit-chatting for a week while we, caught up with each other too. So let's see. We would love to hear from you. If you want to ask us questions or just say hello, you can email us at hello@MediocreMomsCo.com. That's also our website, MediocreMomsCo.com. You can find all of our various links there. And if that's not, if you don't understand what I'm saying right now, when I say MediocreMomsCo.com, the link, should be right there in the description from wherever you are currently watching this. You can get this podcast on Apple and on Shopify, Spotify, and all of the like places that you get podcasts, and Amazon. I think it ends up on all of them. And on YouTube too. We record this as a video podcast. We try to limit how much we talk about visual. I kind of went off the rails there at the end there a bit, but we record this visually if you want to see our lovely faces. But otherwise, of course, you can just listen to us while you do your thing. Again, our website is MediocreMomsCo.com. Our email is hello@MediocreMomsCo.com. That same handle, MediocreMomsCo, is where you can find us on Instagram or TikTok. And I think that's everything. All the ways you can find us.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Tune in to see if my boyfriend's still alive.
Bye.